got in trouble. Yeah, and you bought him a bottle of candy. And
Oh, with my cousin.
yeah.
I could get along with it very well.
Uh-huh.
But my brother,
Tell her.
we were fighting all the time.
Yeah. Tell her about the Baker pants. That's my favorite story.
Oh, that's not nice.
It's funny though.
My mother was mad. You know, that's a long time, but I could see it. He had those pants, but I made the pants on the old skirt of my grandmother. That's a long story, but
Oh, tell her the
that's
story.
a long story, but I never forget. My mother was mad. Oh, I don't know why. He was over 6 because he was going to school.
Didn't the material have some dots on it or something? The material that the pants were made out of, it had some circles or some dots?
No, that was some, like a small black on the white, you know.
Oh, checkers?
Shaker.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah. So my grandmother said, well, I could make pants for my aunt, the sister of my mother. She could sew too. So she made that, those pants for him. And I thought that was the baker pants. He didn't want them to wear them because I made fun of him.
Uh-huh.
With my cousin, they said that's a baker. Well, the baker, they have pants like that.
Oh, they're checkered.
Yes, and the baker made the pants. He made la galette. He declared to come in the house. I came and said, what are you doing here? Nothing. He said, nothing. I come to my mother and said, you know, the baker is house. I get to smile the time because I told him he didn't want to wear that pants anymore. No. But I said, you know, he said une galette. Une galette, ça se like a pie. It's not really a pie. Une pie, c'est une tarte. So he made the galette. He didn't get people in the house.
I'll bet. Tell her about when you guys were playing in the haystack. When you went and played in the haystack. The haystack. And the neighbor had some hay and you guys went and played in the
With my
haystack.
cousin, my father said, I think he had a good character. I said, oh yes. He got married only 4 times.
How many times?
My cousin?
Yeah, 4 times?
No,
3 times.
That's already. The first time he was 19 years old. He got married at years.
Yeah.
He divorced. I never knew his second
He was a
wife.
musician. He was a musician.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a violinist.
Played the violin.
For a while he quit. Went to work in the bar.
Uh-huh.
After he found out that was much better with the business. He played it. He was a good musician. He traveled a lot. In England, he was in Cuba. And after last time he was directed to the American Museum. He had a good rest. Some security.
Uh-huh.
And during winter he was in southern France and he gave some concert.
Oh.
That's when he got sick. We had to bring him an ambulance.
Oh, is that right?
And after he was alright,
What was he sick with?
he died on a show like that.
Oh,
They were talking with his wife and suddenly he was gone. She talked to him and he was gone.
oh.
He was only 6 months older than me.
Said, I'm not going to miss a day of work, and you had to go to court for him?
Oh, that was not in New York, that was in New Jersey.
Oh.
No, in California.
Oh, it was here.
Oh, that was
Oh, I
here.
didn't
We were
realize.
living in Glendale.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't know what if you think I knew what he did, but I was scared.
Yeah.
I said, now if you have another ticket, you can go. I'm not going.
So you went into the courtroom
we
and
were
you...
living in Glendale at that time. My neighbor teased me. She said, oh, well, that's all right if they put you in jail. We can always bring some bills. father was with me. He was what? I don't know. At that time, 8, 10 years old. He
8 or
said,
10 years
"Give me-
old?
Hey, the best," he said, "give me some money." I said, "Some money for what?" He said, "You know, if they give to you 2 days, he gave you $10, he said, you better go in jail. You're not going to take to cost $10 to my father, don't you?" I said, "Listen, who got the ticket? You, me, or your father?" I got scared, I'm telling you. When the neighbor was to me said, "You know, you need your driver license." I said, "Oh, I left it home." Good thing Jean, that's a girl name. So when my turn came, he said, I always said yes. I didn't know whether I was right. He said, "You're Jean Novette, yes, Your Honor. You were driving in a zone at 40 miles, and you were 50, I don't know, 30 over. I don't know how fast he was. He didn't tell me." I always said yes. He said, "Do you think that's nice?" I said, "Oh, no." Once I said, "No." He said, "So you feel guilty or not guilty?" I said, "I'm guilty." He said, "Okay, 5 on one day. What's your choice?" I gave him the 5 and I was running. And so the clock was running after me. I said, "What he want, this one?" He said, "Oh no," he said, "you forgot your receipt." At night I tell him, I say, "If you have another ticket, you can go. I'm not going." But I got scared. And the man close to me said, "You know, that judge is tough." I said, "You know him?" He said, "You bet." But that was one who was in jail with his lunchbox. And so your father told me, he said, "You know, you're not going to cost $10 to my father." I said, "Listen, who get the ticket, me or your father?" I said, "You get lot of nerve." No, the man close to me, I said, "I don't know, I forget." He said, "Oh yes, you have to show your license." Oh my goodness. I said, "Oh, I forget it." I told him, I said, "I think I forget my license home." Oh, it's alive. But no, the judge didn't see that. Well, that's a good name. That's what your grandfather said. He was, so you get that. We don't really use the name at that time. After, he had another ticket. I told you when we were keeping that kid, and he said, "Officer, I was following that car." And the policeman said, "Oh, I didn't see him," which was true. And to get a ticket, I said, "You go to, I'm not going to start." No, I get scared. Well, you would have been scared.
Yes.
My neighbor said, "That's okay. I can always bring you some bills."
Was that the wife of the lawyer?
My neighbor,
Your neighbor?
he was a lawyer, he was good for nothing. One day, when the tax came, I didn't know where to go in Los Angeles to pay my tax. He made me a speech for half an hour. He said, "You take the streetcar." I said, "Yes, I know." "You get out of the streetcar." I said, "No, I can sell the streetcar up there." And you go, you know, that city hall. Oh, that was something. We called him avocado. He was an avocat without a cause, you know. C'était l'avocat sans cause. And Junior, that was the son. And one day he bought it because he didn't want a small car. He had a old Buick, and that car wouldn't go.